Man, oh man, this is one of the worst weeks for celebrity deaths that I can ever recall.
Oh, well, I mean, at least for our generation.
For our generation. This is horrible. So we haven't talked about anybody who's died this week. We haven't really had time to because it's been pretty much every day. We've had three legends pass this week. Today, Peter Cullen passed away at age 85. For those of you who don't know, he was the voice of Optimus Prime. And that one hits hard. He was also the voice of Eeyore. And that hits Geeky pretty hard because Eeyore's like her favorite Disney character.
Yeah, and he did Monterey Jack.
Monterey Jack. He's done so many characters. So that is sad in and of itself, but it's coming days after Dolly Parton passed away, which caught a lot of people off guard. And then the day after Dolly died, or it might have even been the same day, Tim Curry passed away. Like, oh my God. You know, I mean, all three of these people, I think what's so different about this, I know they always say that celebrities come in three, and there actually have been a lot of other celebrities that have passed this year. And I don't want to minimize their deaths at all, but these three, each of them were like iconic in their own right.
Well, I saw someone posted because Ozzy Osbourne died last year. They said we lost the darkness and the light about Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
And stuff. And then I saw this too, this other person, this Samuel Monroe Jr., I don't know who this is. They died too, and they had meningitis, and they were 52.
Oh my
and
God.
MRSA pneumonia.
Yeah, there were a lot of people dying. Of course, you know, we talked about, was it Hayden, is it Pantier? Is that how you pronounce her last name? She passed away. The voice actress that did Lilo.
The one girl that was in the Godzilla Con that was like the
oh my God, I forgot. She passed too. Yeah. Oh my God, this year's, I mean, it's been really bad, but I think why it hits people so hard though with these three in particular is just because they were like so far above a lot of other celebrities in terms of like the impact on pop culture, especially Dolly Parton. I mean, Dolly Parton is an international treasure. I mean, there's national treasure and then there's like international treasure. And
just recently we lost, I'm looking through the list, Sam Neill, Bonnie Tyler. Oh, God, Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris.
Screw 2026.
Was that this year? I mean, there's so many
yes.
people that have died. Yeah, it was Chuck Norris.
Eric Dane, James Vanderbeek, Catherine O'Hare was this year.
Oh my God, yeah.
Ted Turner, whatever. But you know, the rest of them is just like, you know, still like these are like, you know, Chuck Norris and Dolly Parton in the same year. And Tim Curry. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, so I feel like there's like some barrier to the netherworld that these people were protecting, and they're all being kind of taken out one by one. I was joking with the kids. I said, did they fire up the Hadron Collider again, or what's going on here? Because you know, it is so weird. I mean, I know that celebrity deaths usually come in batches, and it does seem like it's, you know, a bigger deal because, you know, everybody knows who these people are. And a lot of them, they're getting up there. They were all in their 80s, but still, it's just, you know, within days of each other.
Oh, yeah, Robert Carradine was this year.
Robert Carradine, too, yeah. It's so weird because you kind of lose track of, like, who died when. And then there are people that died that I forgot they died. And it's like, oh, yeah, they've been gone for, like, 10 years now.
Nicholas Brendan died from Buffy.
Yes. Oh, my God.
The girl that played Miss Schumacher died. Tolkien, you know, James Tolkien died.
Yeah. It's okay, so let's talk about this. And I guess this is just part of, you know, especially for Gen X, it's just kind of part of getting older, unfortunately, is seeing all of these people pass away. It never seems like people yeah,
Tom Kane died.
Oh, Tom Kane died too. That's right. Oh my God. I feel like we're going to have like an Academy Awards type, you know, montage of all the celebrity deaths.
Marsha Lucas, who edited Star Wars.
Yes. And she kind of disappeared for decades, but yeah. So yeah, this poor guy, he was only 52. But let's talk about these three in particular because I think especially on Gen X, which we are, they had a massive impact. And the sad thing about Peter Cullen, it's sadly ironic. They're doing the Transformers apology tour this year, and they're apologizing for killing Optimus Prime. And so here we are 40 years later. They're doing the 40th anniversary. They've spent the entire year, Hasbro spent the entire year apologizing for the death of Optimus Prime, and he dies in real life. And it's just like, oh my
Right
God.
before they're going to do the release of the movie again.
Right before the release of the movie. So I'm sure they will probably do something, say something before it. It's just horrible. It's horrible news. So let's talk about it before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. No woohoos in this video. It's not appropriate.
Okay.
But I'm sorry.
I
Well,
wanted to woohoo in their honor.
okay. Give them an honorary send off.
Woohoo!
Woohoo. One more for the road there.
Woohoo.
So I guess we'll talk about Peter Cullen because he just passed today, and this one hit hard. And I didn't even know. I was so busy working on some offline projects this morning that our son's like, he comes up to me and is like, "Hey, Dad, I'm sorry about Optimus Prime." I'm like, "What? Did you break one of my toys? Like, what happened?" He's like, "Oh no, he died." I'm like, "Oh my God, no, he didn't." I thought he was messing with me.
Oh, I thought you found out on your own.
No, he told me. He's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry about Optimus." I'm like, What? What'd you break? Which one? Which one did you break? Which one?
We have a bunch of them here and right behind you right now, actually.
Yeah. And he's like, "No, he died." I'm like, "Oh, you're effing kidding me." It's like, oh my God. Like I knew he was getting up there, but he was just doing conventions, up until a couple months ago. And, I mean, it's not like Dolly Parton. I was sad, but not really surprised because she kind of started pulling away from.
Well, they said there was a medical scare earlier. She disappeared. People were worried something was wrong with her, and she came back and she's like, "Oh, I'm okay," stuff like that. But she probably then knew that she was not okay.
So this is his agent. Peter Cullen passed away peacefully, surrounded by his loving family and held in the hearts of his many friends and countless fans worldwide. Motley said in a statement, his family asks you honor his remarkable legacy by serving your communities and leading others with compassion, integrity, loyalty, and always remember, be strong enough to be gentle. And that was actually what his brother told him, gave him advice in playing Optimus Prime. And Optimus Prime was actually based on his brother. And so very, very sad and sadly ironic that they're doing the apology tour. But he was so many voices in so many shows, and a lot
everybody
of
has to go see the movie now, just do it for him.
Yeah. But he was an absolute legend, and I mean I can't really state enough or overstate how big of an impact he had on Gen X, because Optimus Prime, more so than I know it's kind of weird, the reason kids were so upset about Optimus Prime dying is he was basically a surrogate father figure, I think, for a lot of latchkey kids. Mm-hmm. And then to the executives at Hasbro, he was just a toy. We got to kill the toy, bring the new toys in. And to kids, it was like, no, that's like my dad. That's like watching my dad get gunned down. And I had to pay to see it, It's like,
well, they were going to we're going to make it up to you. We're going to do to get what, and now he dies right before the movie comes out.
I know.
A lot of people are going to be very sad in the theater.
Yeah, it's very sad. So R.I.P. Peter Cullen, absolute legend. Talk about Dolly Parton. I don't want to I feel bad because I'm I don't want to put Tim Curry last, but we're just going to, because this way we have the tabs pulled up. I don't even know what you can say about Dolly Parton that has been said. I mean, she just was a genuinely good person.
I can't think of it's hard to think of somebody who had as much impact as Dolly Parton. I mean, she's been around for generations. She was big when our parents were younger. And then, that us, and then our kids loved Dolly Parton. They were buying her records. They were buying stuff her T-shirts with her face on it. Gen
Z, banana cake.
Oh, yep. Gen Z loves Dolly Parton. They love Dolly Parton. So it's just, I mean, she just is such an authentic and sweet person that she just loved everyone.
Yeah, she was helping people get through the pandemic too. I know she was reading books to them on TikTok, and
she made sure there was reading programs for kids, and stuff. And
the
books.
Apparently, right after she died, they started cutting the funding for that in some states.
Are you effing kidding me?
No, I'm not.
That's so tacky.
God, I'm looking here just on People Magazine, the top story. One of the top story have Dolly Parton support a black neighborhood with royalties from Whitney Houston's take on "I Will Always Love You." The kids were shocked to learn that was actually Dolly's song first.
Most people didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did know that, actually.
But came from the best little whorehouse in Texas.
Because my mom told me.
About the best little whorehouse in Texas?
I did see, I remember watching it when I was younger, but I haven't seen it in years. But I remember when the song came out, like when they had the Bodyguard, and it was all popular again. And my mom's like, oh, that's Whitney Houston's song. Or not Whitney Houston's song, Dolly Parton's song, Whitney Houston singing it. That's what I meant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a huge hit, and Whitney's version was the version that like most people remember. But yeah, I had to tell our daughter, who was all about Dolly Parton, just a year or two ago. I'm like, no, that was actually Dolly Parton's song 1st.
Mm-hmm.
It was, and yeah, I remember watching Best Little Whorehouse in Texas when I was a kid, and I had many questions that did not.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid. I don't remember much about it. I'll have to watch it again just because I don't remember. I bet it's gonna be really popular on streaming now.
Probably. What's this here? So apparently she did have cancer. That did not come out at first when she died, and I think she was hiding it from people because she probably didn't want them.
She was, yeah.
And honestly, that sounds like a very Dolly Parton thing to do. Like, she doesn't want people to worry about her, so she's not going to tell anybody she's sick. But I think, I mean, clearly there were some issues going on, but we also figured, well, she's like 80 years old, so you're going to have issues at 80 years old. But apparently she was made an offer to doctors to try an experimental drug on her, hoping that it would help others in the future. And I don't think she did it or went through it. But yeah, I don't know. Just genuinely good person. They are flying the flags at half-mast longer than they are for the Pope.
Yeah, but I mean, no offense to the Pope, but it's Dolly Parton. I'm like, this. I mean, honestly, I think in some ways, I think she reached more people than the Pope.
Yeah, I think so, because she reached across political boundaries, she reached across economic boundaries, she reached across racial boundaries. I can't think of a single person who speaks badly of Dolly Parton. Like, it doesn't matter who the person is. Like, you mentioned Dolly Parton and like their face lights up, like, oh, Dolly Parton, yeah, she's a good person. Just a genuinely good person. She
would go out of her way to try to help other people all the time. And it's just, the world is a worse place. When someone dies and you're like, the world is a worse place now. Definitely the case with Dolly Parton.
I was hoping she would live long enough to be president.
I don't think she wanted to be president.
No, I think you have to get your hands dirty. I don't care what your politics are. I think if you're going to be president, you got to get your hands dirty. And I don't think she wants her hands dirty or wanted her hands dirty. So.
No, I will tell the story again because I did tell it before, but some people didn't hear. They said they didn't hear the story. I saw Dolly Parton before.
Yes.
So my dad worked at U.S. Airways in Pittsburgh Airport, and we were going to get the commuter flight from Pittsburgh to buy our house in DuBois. And when we were going across there to do it, she was my brother and sister went over down the walkway, and they come back and they're like, oh my gosh, Dolly Parton's over there. I'm like, Dolly Parton is not over there. You were so full of crap. And then I walked over like, yeah, sure, she is. We looked around the corner and she was sitting right there, and she looked at us and she was smiling and waving at us. So we waved back, and I was like, holy shit. I guess that's exactly what I said. Like, holy shit, Dolly Parton is sitting over there.
Holy shit, Dolly Parton looked at me. She waved at me.
I didn't say it in front of Dolly Parton because I'd be like, I wouldn't swear like that in front of Dolly Parton. I wouldn't have done it in front of my parents either because I didn't want. I like to have in my teeth, but I was like, holy shit, that is Dolly Parton. But I didn't believe them, and they're like, I'm like, sure she is, because they used to, your little siblings will prank you,
Yeah.
So I'm like, but I was like, that's an awfully odd thing to make up. And I went around the corner, and there she was, and she saw us, and she smiled and waved at us because she saw us peeking at her, and I was like, that was Dolly Parton.
So between the two of us, we got 2/3 of the cast of 9 to 5 because I almost knocked over Lily Tomlin in New York.
Well, I don't mind. You could have knocked over Jane Fonda.
Yeah, I didn't see Jane Fonda, but
I'm kind of glad. I'd be happy my whole life never to see Jane Fonda.
I don't think the kids have ever seen 9 to 5.
No, what I was thinking, I've been telling them before this I needed to see it, and now we'll have to watch it. Now there's a push that they're trying to get September 25th made Dolly Parton Day. 925, which I am 100% in support. If there is a paper to sign for that, I will sign it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think there needs to be, like, again, I'm not trying to minimize anybody else's death, but like Dolly Parton was hit like on a whole nother level. Like, I honestly thought she was going to live forever, and but her husband passed last year, I think. And
was it the year before? I know it's been the last couple of years. Yeah.
So she might have, wanted to go. I don't know. Very, very sad, but I'm glad that they're honoring her. I'm glad. I have not seen, maybe it's just because I'm staying away from it. I have not seen a lot of politicizing of her death because she did seem universally loved by everybody. And I hope to God people aren't, but I'm saying here like, oh, Trump's the one that wanted to fly the flag at half staff. So I'm not even going to blue sky. I'm not even going to do it.
No, I don't want to know. But I know a lot of people, they said here like Harry Styles did a tribute. They had like the royal, like the Buckingham Palace, like they're playing instruments, of the royal guard playing instruments, and they were playing, 9 to 5, 9:25 or something. And it's just a lot of places around the world. People are celebrating Dolly Parton. I mean, that's how much reach she had.
She's like,
I think she would have got a kick out of.
I think she would have. I think she would have been kind of weirded out by it. I think she didn't she liked the attention. I think she liked the attention because of what she could do for other people, not because of she wanted the attention for herself, And I think it was like, okay, well, if I get famous, I can give that money to other people.
Well, she did. She never forgot where she came from. She always tried to help, people, where she was from and other places. And, we are, like I said, the world is just a much darker place now.
Yeah.
So we all have to be more like Dolly to brighten it back up again. And like with Peter Cullen too, I think that he just wants people to make the world a better place.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and those are the best kinds of celebrities. So speaking of darkness, we're going to talk about Tim Curry because he played Darkness in Legend and so many other
that was such a good movie.
Amazing roles. Have you seen the director? I don't think you've seen the director's cut.
Probably because I think I bought it for you.
Yeah, but I don't know if you watched it.
Yeah, I think we watched it after I bought it for you, didn't we?
I don't know. It's way better. I've mentioned it before, but I'm going to mention it again because it is significantly better than the theatrical version. It doesn't have the Tangerine Dream soundtrack. I know a lot of people love that. But what happened with the movie, well, one, it was Ridley Scott, and literally everything he's ever done, the studios have messed with it, like everything, Blade Runner and everything. But they cut like a half an hour of the movie out. So the director's cut puts stuff back in so the movie makes a lot more sense. The motivations of the characters make a lot more sense. And it flows much better. But what happened was, I guess they tested it with teenagers and they thought it was too slow. So, they had to do that. But
probably go watch it anyway.
No, I don't think he did very well at the box office, but Tim Curry was an absolute legend, absolutely amazing. Everybody thinks of him as just, Frankenfurter, but he's done so
well,
many
I remember
things.
him in Muppet Treasure Island.
He said that was his favorite role, actually.
And the one that got away was Miss Piggy, he said.
Yeah. But he just seemed like a lot of fun. I saw him on, I can't remember what it was. It was some documentary, and this is a couple of years ago. This is after he had a stroke. So like Tim Curry was not surprising at all because his health has been declining for years. He had a stroke about 15 years ago, something like that. But he still had a really good sense of humor, like a really wicked sense of humor, even though he, his speech was a little slurred. He was in a wheelchair. But they were making jokes about him wearing heels and stuff. And I think he said something about like, oh yeah, I could probably still try to, kick my heels up now or something. But he was like taking it in stride, right? So I mean, he was definitely a class act, and he was in so many things. Now I'm thinking about Halloween's coming up and The Worst Witch.
The Worst Witch, yes, it's the other thing I remember.
Oh my God.
For years they would play that clip, around Halloween time because it's time to remind you about the time Tim Curry.
Yeah, it was so bad, but I remember watching it when I was a kid and thinking, like, oh my God, this is like the best thing ever. And then Harry Potter came out, and I'm like, it's just The Worst Witch, but with a boy. It's literally the same. It's literally the same thing, and it was. It literally.
I didn't watch it till you guys were watching it. You and our daughter were watching it.
Yeah,
she used to watch it a lot.
Sometimes when you're a kid, things are just so much better because you don't think about it too much, and as an adult, you look at it, it's like, God, this really is kind of cringy, but. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. He's been in Clue.
Oh, yeah, Clue. I forgot about Clue.
He was Nanny. I forgot about that.
I remember that, yes.
He was a voice actor. He did a lot of voices. He was actually supposed to be the original Joker in the animated series, Batman animated series. And I'm actually glad in that regard they did not use him because I don't think it fits as well as Mark Hamill's Joker. Mm-hmm. But I mean, he's been in so many other shows, and he was actually auditioning, I think, for the live action Joker. And then they're like, "Oh, we got Jack Nicholson. We don't need, we don't need Tim Curry." But I think he would have been good. Just so many legends have just died just in the last week. It's just it really is like hurting my head. We were talking about 2016 being really bad too. That we lost a lot of people in 2016, and that's what this feels like this year. So very, very sad. Is there anything you want to add to this?
No, I'm just sad about the whole thing. Like really sad today. Like, I don't know. I was already sad. And then, Optimus getting, off Eeyore too. It's just like, I don't know. I'm just really sad now.
Well, we didn't mean to drag everybody down. I think to remember these people, go out and watch movies they've been in, and think about the good times and their careers. And thankfully, at least they were all advanced in age. We didn't lose anybody young, because that's always horrible too. But so there we go. All right, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yep.
All right, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.